hear from one of the other voices familiar to Grizzlies listeners. Radio play-by-play voice Eric Hasseltine stopped by to chat with our Rob Fisher before the game tonight.
10 games in, 4-6, 2 games better than last year's pace, which isn't great, but it feels like it's a lot better.
Yeah, no question about it, Rob. The fact is that this team looks much, much better than last year's team. They played some very difficult opponents, and when you see the way that they're playing together, I think there are some little things that can be tweaked and cleaned up, and this team takes a big step just by a couple little minor adjustments.
You've been with the team now all 10 years that they've been in Memphis. Where does this team, you think, talent-wise, stack up?
I think it stacks up with just about any of them. You have to look at that 50-win team with the youth that they had, the addition of James Posey, the addition of Bonzi Wells, the way that they built a bench to go along that starting five. I think if this team's bench can get some productivity from the rookies like Xavier Henry, from Grievous Vasquez, continue to get productivity from Darrell Arthur, then I think that this team can stack up with that 50-win team without a question.
Obviously, you've seen Rudy since the beginning of his career. We saw what he did this summer. We've seen him take off to start this season. Where do you think he's progressed the most, and how much more can he?
Well, I think the one area that I think he's progressed the most in is rebounding. He's attacking the glass a lot more aggressively than he has in years past. And I remember seeing him as a rookie and thinking to myself, wow, give this kid 3 years and he's going to be all-star on the team. Now it's taken 4. This is his 5th season, but he's more confident in the way he's playing. You can see that time with Team USA has given him that extra oomph inside to know that he can make the big shot when he needs to. He's playing a little bit better defensively, but the rebounding's been the big key for me. A guy at that size, at that length, should be getting 6-7 rebounds a game, and that's right where he's at right now. You knew the scoring could be there, but the rebounding's been key.
Tonight we see Dwight Howard. It seems like the Grizzlies, even when he goes off, you have success on him. But the one thing about Dwight is he's a beast. And, you know, you have that reputation of working out in the visiting cities as well. In spandex, who's better?
Well, I wrote his workout plan, and every time I see Dwight, I let him know that I'm a little upset that he hasn't given me my residuals for all the help that I've given him. But you're right, he's an absolute beast, and when you see this guy come out and work out, it's almost intimidating just to watch because he's so strong and he's so physically demonstrative over the other players. And you look at him and you just go, how can anybody stop this guy? But you mentioned it. The Grizzlies have had success against him. The last 4 years, the two teams have split all the games, and the Grizzlies in the 5th year before that had swept the season series between the two teams. So Memphis has had success against Orlando. They've done a good job rotating. The key tonight, to me, is not just Dwight Howard and keeping him off the glass. It's getting the three-point shooters off the three-point line. It's a team that takes 27 three-point attempts a game, and as we know, the Grizzlies early in the year have struggled with allowing teams to shoot 40% from beyond the arc, so that could be a real factor tonight.
Eric, thanks for the visit.
Rob, always. It's a pleasure.